Number 1, Jaden Phillips. Number 5, Kenai Kidd. Number 10, Janias Lockridge. Number 11, Carmelo Hunter. Number 14, Julius Calvillo. Number 15, Quinton Zamanek. Number 21, Jack Ailman. Number 22, Corbin Sugars. And number 23, Jeremiah Stevens. Now let's meet the Hellcats from Lake Mills. Number 0, Cam Benish. Number 2, Jenner Wellman. Number 5, Mason Rosales-Gray. Number 10, John Ebert. Number 20, Harrison Corsten. Number 21, Ethan Glenecki. Number 22, Mason Wyman. Number 24, Ace Everson. Number 30, Trey Smith. Number 32, Cam Hack. Number 40, Ben Nordby. And number 50, Charlie Vogel. And now, here are today's starting lineups. First for Racine St. Catharines. Starting at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 0, A.C. Contreras Ward. At guard, a 6' senior, number 2, Lamont Hamilton.
Yes, sir, my boy Ron J. Appreciate you pulling up, brother.
3,
yes, sir. Let's get it, y'all. Make sure y'all share the live stream. It's lit today, baby.
Antoine Auger. And at forward, a 6' senior, number 12, Richard Watson. St. Catharines is coached by Ryan Thompson. And now the starting lineup for the Lake Mills Hellcats. At guard, a 6'3" junior, number 1, Tyler Willeen. At forward, a 6'3" senior, number 3, Nolan Kolkovich. At forward, a 6'2" junior, number 4, Colin Christian. At forward, a 6'3" senior, number 11, Ashton Winger. And at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 23, Brady Benish. Lake Mills is coached by Steve Hicklin. Today's officials are Tyler Schroyer from Eau Claire, Mark Jandrin from Luxembourg, and Lamont Westmoreland from Milwaukee.
Again, Seymour won our first Division III semifinal, 67-49 over St. Croix Central. So the winner of this game will face Seymour for the Division III title game Saturday at about 2:30 in the afternoon. Well, Scott, when you look at these two teams, what really jumps out at you is Lamont Hamilton for Racine St. Catharines averaging over 25 points a game. How might Lake Mills try to defend that?
They're going to have to do it collectively. I think Winger and a couple of those kids will be able to guard him, but it's got to be with some gaps and crowding him because he can just flat out score.
Steve Hicklin says we'll have a primary assignment guarding him, but it'll take about a man and a half, he says.
Yeah, he's right.
Okay, Lake Mills with possession to begin. The Hellcats in their white uniforms with blue trim. Racine St. Catharines in the black with the gold trim. This is Brady Benish with the ball for the first shot. It's a 3 that misses and into the hands of Lamont Hamilton. He's a University of Minnesota football recruit.
He can really play. He gets his teammates involved as well. He's really a playmaker, shot creator for himself and for teammates.
Just underway, Division III semifinal.
Both teams looking a little patient.
3-point attempt from Antoine Auger misses.
Auger more of a defensive guy, but he can make that shot. Can guard 1 through 4.
Walleen driving, scoring the first basket of the game.
He's got all that. He can get to the rim. He's a 3-level scorer. Beautiful finish.
2-0 Hellcats. That's a 3 from Hamilton that misses. Rebound to Ashton Winger, Lake Mills.
Winger's does a lot of dirty work. He can rebound, he can offensive rebound.
Oh. And that one got caught up in the rim. So alternate possession will give possession to Racine St. Catharines. Here's the first hoop of the game.
Yeah, beautiful drive and finish. A little bit of a bump, but he's strong enough to finish through that.
Tyler Walleen is the player of the year in the Capital North Conference. 3-year first-team all-conference selection, over 1,000 points in his career.
He also leads school record in assists, I believe.
Yes.
He's just an all-around player, unbelievable kid.
And he rebounds that missed shot.
Coach Hicklin said he's had multiple triple doubles this year. And you can see that already at the start of the game. They're going to be very patient. They're going to wait for their shot. And they do a great job of cutting and moving the ball.
St. Catherine's is the kind of team that if they get on a roll, they can really put you down and keep you down.
Yeah. And there's that deep range.
Brady Benish misses. Ozier with the rebound.
He's got a green light, and for good reason. He can really shoot the ball.
Benish 41% from distance this year. 2.5 minutes in.
It's going to be important that Lake Mills keeps Browdy. You can see they're in gaps, heavy gaps, and not letting them get to the rim.
Richard Watson misses.
And then they're one and done.
Winger rebounds. Outlet to Christian. Oh, nice move to get the defender in the air to score.
Off of 2 feet, showed him the ball, and then finished. Strong fundamental play. Coach said that they would take some break opportunities when there. They don't want to do a ton of it, but that was an example.
Colin Christian is Lake Mills' shutdown defender, but that time he adds a basket on offense. 4-0 Hellcats.
A good show by Christian on the screen. That's going to be important.
Swinging around to E.J. Vincent. His three's good. 3 for number 3 for the Angel.
Yeah, E.J. likes to play downhill and get to the rim, but he can also do that.
Lake Mills still with a 4-3 lead.
Lake Mills likes the flare screens, the high post screens. They'll try to back cut. Really well schooled in their offense.
And a takeaway for the Angels. They look to push. There's Vincent exploding to the hoop.
So that's the part Lake Mills wants to try to stay away from. And of course, the St. Cats, they want to get into that open court play. Strong athletic finish by Vincent. He's quite a competitor.
This is Lake Mills' 4th trip to the state boys basketball tournament. Great drop off there. Christian on the feed for Winger.
Christian makes so many winning plays like that. Watching him on film, great drive and dish. Really fun watching that kid play.
Yeah. Lake Mills' 4th trip to state. They've never won a game at state. They're 0 for 3.
Steve said that is definitely, he said it's great to be here, but it's time to win one.
Right. A.C. Ward. Nice move between a couple of defenders.
A.C. Ward is strong in the paint area. He gives them, they kind of 4 guards around him. That was a great 2-foot jump stop and finish by A.C.
You mentioned all the football connections. A.C. Ward is a 2-time All-State defensive end. That's going to be a foul against Ozier for St. Catherine. And 13-17 remaining first half. We have a timeout. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Thank you for joining this live 27 newscast. We've got you covered.
This Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature was brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Oh, hi. I'm just returning a call about my insurance policy.
Greeting.
Greeting.
Enter extension.
I don't know it.
State account number.
I don't know that either.
State policy number. Hang up and try again later.
You guys called me.
At Rural Mutual Insurance Company, we treat people like people.
I just wanted to check in with you, Mark. Thanks for calling me back.
It's good to hear from you.
We mentioned that Lake Mills is making their 4th trip to state. Well, this is the 8th trip to state in WIAA competition for Racine St. Catherine's. And if the Angels make it, they do pretty well. Look at that record all time.
They appear to have something figured out here on the Kohl Center floor. That's ultra successful.
They also won 6 WISA titles back in the day.
Yeah, basketball powerhouse and have been for years.
I dropped the link
This is a title for the great head coach John McGuire.
in the comments, Lou. Appreciate you, Zay,
Dandy
Johnny
head
B.
coach Bob Letch, second most wins in
Freddie
WIA
B.
history with 661.
Johnny B.
Nice double team trap. AC with a good steal for
man, I
the
appreciate
Angels. Now the back on the attack or offense.
And look at that. Every time Racine St. Catharines has made it to state, they played in the final.
2 versus 3, man. Racine
The titles in 2005, 2006, 07, 09, 10, and 21.
Nick Bennett won one in 21. WSP player.
Their last
And the
night.
Bennett family.
And Ryan Thompson took over for Bennett as head coach.
He's done a great job there. As all those coaches you just mentioned.
Here's Vincent, long three. It's a collegiate three, and it's short. They go to Lake Mills.
Sometimes when you get on these college courts, I wonder if the kids get a little, interrupted with that second line. It's like, hey, get to your line, because that was a deep three, and I don't know that that's always Vincent's game. Capable shooter, but I think he wants to play off the bounce.
Jaden Phillips back in for Racine St. Catharines. Nolan Kolkovich for Lake Mills.
Phillips is a really, really nice piece to bring off the bench. That kid can get it going. He can score multiple ways, a heck of a shooter.
He scored 15 points in the sectional final to Jaden Phillips, including 7 straight in the second half to help beat Oostburg.
Yeah, Coach Thompson said when he's playing at his highest level, that takes them to another notch. That's when they're totally at their best. Just gives them another scorer.
Ashton Winger with that last play. Lake Mills retains possession on the foul.
You can see Angels are up in them with great on-ball pressure. What Lake Mills does, though, with their spread and their passing ability, can combat that.
You said Benish can hit him. Boy, he did there.
If he gets just a sliver of a space, it's going up, and more times than not, it's going in. Great shooter.
4-year starter Brady Benish will play basketball at Dubuque, and he'll study aviation. He loves to fly. He'll have days when he's in the plane, and then he'll go to practice.
That's what Coach told me, too, that he flies all day and he comes into practice. I'll tell you one thing about him. His daddy could play. Ryan was an outstanding player, and his grandfather, Ron, was a Hall of Fame coach. It's kind of in the blood with the Benish family.
Well, that's great. The great part of the state tournament. The 110th annual, by the way. Long pass, touchdown to Brady Benish.
Big time rebound and then big time delivery to Brady. What a player.
So Benish from the outside, Benish from the inside, and then an answer from Lamont Hamilton.
So now that shot creation you just saw right there, that's what I watched all weekend. If he gets on a roll, Lake Mills has to watch out because the shots he can make are just incredible.
Lamont Hamilton became Racine County's all-time leading scorer with over 2,000 points. Wallin, tough luck on the three.
Jaden with a great rebound, and they're on the push.
Three from Ozier. That's going to be short. Off the floor, the rebound for Kolkovich.
Ozier probably more of a, he can guard 1 through 4 and a really competitive kid. That might not be his first option at shooting that shot, but hey, let it fly when you're here, right?
Oh, yeah. You may not get another chance.
That's right. I love Lake Mills' action. They set screens, and sometimes they use them, and a lot of times they slip out of it.
Benish got another look from three!
A little sidestep action off the jump, the shot fake, and he buried it. What a beautiful stroke.
We got a heat check coming up for Benish next time down, right? Keep shooting, young man.
I know I would.
Oh, yeah. 14-10, Lake Mills. Ozier, nice pump fake. Yeah. Got it.
That's more of Ozier's game. You can see they're not really even guarding him on the perimeter, so he's got to attack, and he's good at that. That was a beautiful jump stop, 2 feet, strong, and finish.
Angels back within 2. Wallin, Benish, they're going to guard him closely. That leaves Wallin open. Good pump fake. Another pump fake. 3, little off.
Yeah, usually after that second pump fake, that's not the easiest time to go through with the shot, but if anybody can do it, he can. He's a heck of a player.
Fun first half just after the halfway mark. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
We can see it. His relentless determination. A fiery tenacity that can't be taught. We see that what he's passionate about today will steer him toward what he studies tomorrow and ultimately fuel his future career. And all he needs now is to find the right college. Welcome to the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
One of the best things about holiday
what a great
traditions
time,
is
right,
the
y'all?
food. Jones products
High school
like our naturally
basketball,
smoked hams, dry-aged bacon,
for a gold
all
ball.
natural sausage
Then you got
have
the
been a part of
NCAA
our
tournament
family
where
traditions
upsets
for
happen.
almost 200 years.
Records
No
don't matter,
the size of
seasons
the
don't matter,
celebration,
everything's
whether
0-0.
you're celebrating long-standing traditions
May the
or
best
starting
team
your
win.
own, add the flavor and
Duke needs to stop
high-quality
playing. They
ingredients
down
of
right
Jones
now.
products to your table
Wisconsin, we
this
just seen
holiday.
Wisconsin
And for many
lose.
more to come. Jones, making traditions better.
And Vanderbilt just caught the
1889.
lead. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it done.
Well, Lake Mills fans are happy, and they're happy that Brady Benish is on their team. He scored the last 8 Lake Mills points, 8 in the game, 14-12. Steve Hicklin's L-Cats have the early advantage here over Racine St. Catharines.
St. Cat's likes to try to get that back cut and layup there, but Lake Mills is ready for it.
You see the success Lake Mills has had from a basketball perspective the last 4 years. And similar success in the football ranks as well. That shot hit the side of the backboard.
A little too deep in the corner. I don't think he had a great angle at that look.
There's a drive from Winger. It'll stay with Lake Mills.
A little off balance there. I think if he could have came to a 2-foot jump stop, he might have had a finish there. Not easy going against these athletes down the lane.
The 2026 WIAA State Basketball Championships are brought to you in part by the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity. There's that guy again, Benish. That time he misfires.
It's a tough shot moving off that screen into the corner, but it's one I've seen him make a lot. So
it's Benish's 7th shot attempt already. It's 3 out of 7, 2 of 6 from 3. Good kick from Hamilton. Open is Ozier for 3.
That's the kind of offense that Hamilton can create for his teammates as well as himself. He's just so good with the ball. He's got that thing on a string. And a willing passer.
Oh, they are hounding Benish. He gets it to Christian. Now here's Kolkovich. He'll try 3. Short. Rebound to Jaden Phillips.
Kolkovich, good shooter. That's a good look for him. He just got in the game, so he'll loosen up.
Okay, the other way we come. Winger. One-on-one. Overlaid. Oh, I tell you, Ward held his ground.
He did, and made that a tough left-handed shot for
Hustle
Winger.
all the way back.
That's Winger's game going to the rim. He'll make
that.
that
Winning basketball plays. Good job, young man.
Long 3 from Hamilton. Just short. Look at him hustle for the rebound. In the corner, open 3. Phillips rolls out. And the rebound to Winger.
Great rebound by Winger. They make so many game-winning plays, game-changing plays. Tough, scrappy kid.
Finish against Phillips. Now Winger with the cut. In deep is Christian. Left hand miss, follow back.
Yeah, great cut, and then great tenacity to stay with it and get the finish on the putback. That's how he plays. That's his game.
Lake Mills back in front. Oh, this smells like a dandy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure feels like it's going to go down the wire.
Ozier lost it. Steal Benish.
Lake Mills was able to crowd him.
3 from Benish. Yes!
There's that man again. If he gets space, look out.
That's his 3rd 3 of the game already.
Really fun to watch.
Man, I agree with you,
Double
Moo.
figures with
Appreciate
11.
you pulling up too, Moo. Appreciate you, baby. But no, I agree with you, though, Moo.
Against the whole Lake Mills team, drew the foul.
He's got a great knack at getting fouled, too. He's shot a ton of free throws this year. He's always on attack. You got to guard him way out on the floor, and then he can play off the dribble. But
Brady Benish, Lake Mills all-time leading 3-point shooter. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Envision more than 2.4 million acres of forest across Wisconsin, all cared for and managed. Now you can help conserve Wisconsin's forests with every mile you drive. For For just a $25 annual donation, you can show your support for sustainable forest management and education across the state. Search for the Wisconsin County Forest Association specialty plate on the Wisconsin DOT website. Print and mail in the form to update your license plate. Drive with pride and invest in our forests. Get your license plate today.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is proud to introduce you to Marissa Spoke, a standout athlete from Waterloo High School. Marissa plays softball, and she's even played tackle football. Beyond the field, she's active in FFA, 4-H, the Waterloo School Board, and several dairy associations. At home on her family's farm, North Crest Dairy, Marissa helps to care for 500 cows and 700 acres, assisting with herd health and daily chores. This Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Brady Benish has hit 3 3-pointers. Lake Mills leading 19-15, but another part of this story for Lake Mills, their transition game.
Yeah, Coach Hicklin talked earlier this week about it, that's part of their game and that they didn't want to go away from it just because St. Cat's wants to play fast. And they've been really opportunistic. Wolean's made a couple beautiful passes over the top, push-ahead passes, and they've finished.
Drive and one. E.J. Vinson.
That's E.J.'s game. He is, as you can see, a really strongly built kid. He's an aggressive kid. He attacks, takes the bump, keeps his eyes on the target, and finishes through contact. Great play.
Coming up, our first free throw of the game at the 6:30 mark of the first half.
Been a very clean game. Very few turnovers, very few fouls.
And a competitive one, 19-18. The 2026 WIA State Basketball Championships are brought to you in part by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. Support Wisconsin dairy farmers by eating Wisconsin cheese and drinking Wisconsin milk. Just look for the Proudly Wisconsin bag.
The Angels came out with a full court pressure there, and Lake Mills handles the ball so well and passes so well. They kind of went through that, but the Angels maybe want to change the pace a little.
Benish, another 3. My goodness!
The young man has it going. The Angels are going to have to close up and make him dribble right now because there could be no end in sight if he keeps getting looks like that.
He is closing in on 300 3-point baskets in his Lake Mills career. He might get 300 today at this point. My goodness.
He's got it going.
14 for Benish, and there's E.J. Vinson with another drive.
Yeah, the Lake Mills has been doing a pretty good job of crowding these guys, but E.J.'s found a couple cracks here the last few possessions.
So Vinson's up to double figures with 10, but Lamont Hamilton only 3 points so far. You like what Lake Mills has done defensively?
Yeah, they've made him play in a crowd, so he's missed a couple of his 3-point shots. So
there's the drive.
There's Christian.
Alan Christian, yep.
That's his game. He's a slasher.
He averages 14-6 a game.
Yeah, just such a good player. 14-6. He's the second leading rebounder, their best defender. Really complete.
That's a short shot that's missing, and Woleen the other way for Lake Mills.
There's the opportunistic push. And a great cut pass.
Winger drive, got tripped up, foul.
Yeah, these kids know how to play. They've been well schooled.
Ooh, Hootie. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man.
Rozier's second personal. There's the last basket by Christian.
Go L-Cat.
Really strong kid and skilled kid. Got himself to the spot at the rim and finished.
So Ashton Winger to the free throw line. We see 59% of the season for number 11 for Lake Mills. That one misses. A couple of substitutions for Racine St. Catherine. Jaden Phillips, Richard Watson return.
Yeah, Watson is a tough, competitive kid, one of their football guys. And Phillips can be that third scorer to Vincent and Hamilton. Hamilton not going right now. They probably need Phillips to hit a shot or two here to loosen up that D.
Winger missed 2. Oh gosh, that almost went in. Vincent tripped up. I guess the travel.
I think I saw a travel call.
Yeah, travel.
Yep.
Okay. Ryan Thompson, not 100% pleased with that development, but he's in his 5th season at Racine St. Catherine's, won his 100th game. Grew up in Racine, played at Racine Case. Part of 2 teams that played at State in 93 and 94. Great tradition of basketball in Racine.
Yeah, they had a good season again this year. Got knocked off the sectional finals by Wisconsin Lutheran, but they good tradition in Racine basketball, period.
Yeah. Benish, he thought about it.
Yeah, he had it teed up, but Hamilton closed up pretty hard.
Wallin driving foul. A whirling dervish. Tyler Wallin.
Yeah, he's really strong with the ball. Got to the middle of the lane and drew the foul. Now he's a pretty good free throw shooter. To go along with everything else he does well.
Steve Hicklin calls Tyler Wallin a triple-double machine.
Yes.
He's ranked as the #1 quarterback in Wisconsin. He threw for 2,600 yards as a quarterback for Lake Mills this year. He had 7 touchdown passes in one game against Bigfoot.
Wow. Yeah, what a talented athlete. I think he could be a college basketball player someday, but it sounds like his better offers right now are in football.
Nice to have options, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Great player.
I never had options.
No, you see the hard show on Hamilton there. That's important. They're really bottling him up. Boy, Christian doing a great job on him on the ball, but his teammates are there to help in the gap.
Vincent along the baseline, going to get called for the foul.
Winger drew that, moved his feet, got in position, and took it on the chest. Nice offensive, drew an offensive foul.
Six-point lead for Lake Mills.
And
a little man pressure this time. They had tried that 2-2-1 zone pressure. Now they're going to work on a little man pressure. Oh.
Well, that time, Wallin tripped, and that's an easy layup for Lamont Hamilton.
And it worked. Yeah, they got a little turnover and got Lamont into the open court. Maybe that gets him going a little to see one go in. A little run jump, and with their quickness, that can be a bother.
Foul.
Yeah, Lamont probably doesn't want to get a cheap one like that, but he's aggressive. He's an aggressive kid that likes to make plays, trying to make plays.
It's the last play where Hamilton grabbed it off the floor and scored. And it's the 6th-team foul now on Racine St. Catharines. Beautiful pass and a finish from Christian.
It's beautiful basketball. If you cut to the right spot, Tyler's going to find you, and he just did.
Vincent. Oh, he's been aggressive.
He is a bulldog. I mean, just so strong, getting to the rim.
Moves. Hamilton steal. Watch out.
And there's that athleticism and that run jump. That run jump, you got to be careful because they're coming, and they're coming quick.
Suddenly up to 7 points for Lamont Hamilton, and Steve Hicklin is going to take a 30-second timeout.
Steve grabbed that timeout just in time. It might have been another turnover.
Speed them up.
St. Cat's getting on a little bit of a run with their defense, turning their defense into offense.
Man.
There's the last steal that Lamont Hamilton has had a couple of baskets here.
What I said last time,
I guess you can see where PJ Fluff might use some of that athleticism over in Minnesota. Not that I'm a big fan of the Gorgons, but always glad to see a kid with that kind of ability to be able to compete in the Big Ten.
You know, they lost Coy Parrish in the portal to Oregon.
I got to blow them out, but I like that they coach Racine St. Catharines.
He might be the guy.
Number 2 might be the guy.
He might be the guy.
You know why they're called the Hellcats, by the way?
They got good ball handlers, but they are a good
In World War II, there were fighter planes,
slow.
American fighter planes called the Hellcats. It was a Hellcat. It was a Grumman.
They usually have a lot of good ball handlers.
There was a group in Lake Mills in the 40s that wanted to call them the Hellcats to honor that. Well, people were offended by saying hell than to be other nickname.
That was a different time.
Yeah, so apparently this group of senior boys said, well,
boy, not
how about Hellcats?
And already, there you go. Look, no ball.
I'm sticking to it.
I'm with you. Things I can learn with a veteran announcer.
Yeah, worthless things. Winger fouled on the way to the basket. Of course, Lake Mills in Jefferson County, just east of Madison. Lakeside Lutheran also resides in Lake Mills. And Racine in Racine County, Racine St. Catharines, that's in southeastern Wisconsin, 22 miles south of Milwaukee. You know what their claim to fame is? The Kringle capital of America.
The Kringle.
Racine Kringle. So
wow.
Enjoyed Racine Kringle?
I have.
Highly recommended.
I try not to as I've aged, but every once in a while, you got to indulge yourself, right?
Get used to it. Oh, Winger missed another.
Man,
It's too bad
what I'm
for
talking
Winger,
about.
'cause he's such an aggressive kid. He's going to get fouled over the rim. Hopefully he can get a couple of
all
these to go
gas,
here.
no brakes. I agree.
63% of the year for Winger. But 0 for 4 so far today. Ooh, there's a miss from Phillips. Got it back though. Nice hustle.
Yes, great tenacity.
Vincent again. Too much on that one. And
Phillips probably needed to use the backboard on that finish, but what a great drive he made.
here's Christian handling. He's going to take it all the way to the hoop, and it's blocked.
You got past that.
Beautiful.
Your guy wide open.
Great defensive effort by Racine St. Catharines.
You got to make the layup.
Oh, we got a good one. Just under 2 minutes left, first half. 28-26 Lake Mills. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Think spring and save big at Menards. All prices are value after rebate. Pick up a bag of natural wood mulch, just $1.69. Crabgrass preventer with dirt food, only $14.19. Stock up with 75-count disinfectant wipes, just $1.99. Tide Simply All-in-One Laundry Detergent is only $6.99. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Hello, customer. State reason for visit.
It's a long story.
You can say claim, billing, or something else.
Can I talk to someone else?
Transferring now. Hello, customer. State reason for visit.
At Rural Mutual Insurance Company, we treat people like people.
I'm so glad you're here today, Erin. How can I help?
Racine St. Catharines fans having a good old time. Their team's only down 2 with 1:59 left first half. Coming up at the end of the half, we'll have the halftime report brought to you by Jones Dairy Farm. Brainerd will be up in the booth.
A lot of times you're coming under OBs. Ryan will try to set a screen, and then they'll screen for him and see if they can find it. And that's what they just ran. The Cats knew St. Cat's knew it was coming, and they switched out on it.
But these are two good teams.
Two really good teams, and really well coached. I mean, they take care of the ball. They play so hard. It's fun to watch.
Lake Mills, a school record 26 wins so far this season. Benish got a great look.
I told Steve when I talked to him, I said after watching the film, you're almost surprised when it doesn't go in. And you're seeing this on full display.
Hamilton, tough move.
Yeah, he couldn't quite pay it off, but that was a nice flow. That's part of his game, that float game.
Brady Benish has 17 points, 5 of 9 from 3.
Wow. What a time to be at your best.
Not even the halftime. Oh, good steal there. Kicking. So Janias Lockridge denied.
Lockridge is another one of those football tough kids, competes. Coach said just a role player, and you just saw that there where all he wants to do, he wants to defend, he wants to rebound, he wants to make plays, not always score.
Lockridge will play football at UW Oshkosh.
Yes.
A little loose with the ball there, but Lake Mill is going to escape with it.
Well, there's that guy Christian again making winning plays. Ran that thing down and threw it off his opponent.
That's moved by Kolkovich. 3, got it. Well, he started running back down to the end of the court before that ball went in.
Yeah, he's a good shooter. Steve said that he's had some struggles with injuries and didn't play the first month or so of the season.
Oh, Hamilton against 2 defenders. What a play.
I talked about his shot creation. You just saw it on full display there. Threw 2 guys off the glass. Beautiful, sweet touch. I would think Lake Mills might try to play for the last here. We'll see. Oh, and they were not on the same page. Benish was back cutting just as Tyler let it go. I would think St. Cat's will maybe try to get the last shot, and I would imagine it would be try to give my man Lamont some space.
He's got the ball. Christian trying to guard. Long 3 from Phillips. Still 20 seconds left. Ball on the floor, and
yeah, to me that's a little early.
Hit the end line.
I just, as a coaching point, I always try to get the last shot going into half. This is not good news here for the Hellcats. With
Brady Benish near midcourt.
Tweaked his ankle.
Y'all don't get tired of that.
That's about the last thing
There he is.
Lake Mills wants to see.
You can see the frustration by
That's exactly
Brady
why
Benish.
I say you can't let the
17 points for Benish in the first half.
Again,
5 of 9 from 3, but
it stops. You know what I'm saying?
Being attended to now, and boy, this could be a huge
that kid did just
part
get
in this game.
Three-point line.
Just before half.
The best part we got to hope for is that it's, sometimes anybody that's played basketball, you can roll that ankle and it just hurts like crazy for a little bit. You can sometimes walk it off. Hopefully that's what we're dealing with here. I hope they don't take. I hope it doesn't take this young man out of the game.
A little concerned because they went up more toward the knee there a little bit. So we'll see. Oh boy, he's not putting much weight on that at all.
No.
Benish with 5 threes. The record for this division is 9. But let's hope for the best that we see Brady Benish. There you see some of the great three-point shooters in Division III history. There's a Racine St. Catherine star, Jake Thomas.
Yeah, some kids that could really shoot it there.
Yeah.
Mike Griffin out of Iola, Scandinavia, could really shoot it. Well, obviously, you make threes at this level. That many, those young men could all shoot it.
Well, let's hope we see Brady Benish come out of that locker room for the second half.
I sure hope so.
Meanwhile, little jump hook missing for AC Ward, and now we'll see if the Hellcats get the final shot. That's kicked by Hamilton. So the Hellcats will retain possession with just over 8 seconds left.
Yeah, usually Steve's teams are pretty well prepared. They probably have something for this scenario. With 8 seconds left and about 3/4 court or half court to go. Tyler's going to have the ball and make a play for himself or somebody.
Rolling.
There it is.
Open is Christian. Now he'll drive to the hoop. Blocked at the buzzer and no foul. Lake Mills is all the palms are in the air, but that's the end of the half. Let's take one more look.
Well, in my career, Jay, I've never really gotten after the officials too much, so I can't say anything sitting here.
Well,
I'm jesting right now.
Yeah.
But, I think there's some contact there, but you never know what angle that the three officials have on that one. So, you play on.
Doesn't matter what we think. It matters what the guys in the striped shirts think.
Yeah. Kid made a great play. He had time, gathered. Excellent first half, Jay.
All right, Carl Winter is with Lake Mills head coach Steve Hicklin.
Coach Hicklin, not the way you want to end the half with Brady going down in this last play, but he plays great. What do you tell your team on offense about continuing to withstand their ball pressure?
I think we just need to spread the floor a little bit more in transition, or bringing the ball up the court and give our guys a little bit more space to handle that.
Defensively, seems like things are going well. What are your initial impressions of the defensive rotations as you try to contain Lamont Hamilton and others?
I mean, he's a handful, so we're just trying to get bodies in the paint and try to rebound like crazy.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Fellas, right back to you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Carl. Halftime, Division III semifinal. Lake Mills 34, Racine St. Catharines 28. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Appreciate you pulling up. Yes, I
She's
am.
always had it.
Yes, sir.
Pure ambition.
Y'all know I will be doing the Juno game tonight.
Only dream
Y'all
of.
know I will be
You
doing
see it driving her.
the Wisconsin Lutheran game tonight.
And in time,
It's up.
you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail.
Cracking tonight.
All she needs now
With it do,
is a way
baby.
to make it happen.
Appreciate you pulling up,
We
man.
are the
Racine
universities
St.
of
Catherine's
Wisconsin.
down right now, halftime.
13 universities.
34-26.
Unlimited opportunity.
It shouldn't be this easy to get a dinner this tasty on the table. Our all-new, no antibiotics ever, all-natural pork and chicken meatballs heat up in minutes and are delicious in a variety of dishes or appetizers. They're as easy as heat, sauce, and serve.
Oh,
They're
we're still
packed
play
with
tomorrow. Oh, you're
protein
right,
and
Dub.
free
It's
from
different
gluten,
now, ain't it, Dub?
dairy, soy, and
So,
wheat.
if
They're so
Racine, St.
juicy and
Catherine,
flavorful
and Juno,
because we use only
if they
high-quality
win
ingredients
tonight,
and a few simple
the championship
spices.
is Saturday
Jones,
versus
making
tomorrow.
mealtime better since
And then whoever-
1889.
yeah, I think that's how I
Unauthorized
go. Man,
use
help me
or
out. It's
rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Allen Media Group, Wisconsin
Brent,
Broadcast Division, is
Dub just
strictly
said
prohibited
that,
and a violation of U.S. copyright
Wisconsin
law.
Lutheran plays tomorrow. So, I'm going to take a look at
Welcome to the Halftime Report, brought to you by Jones Dairy Farm. Man, I had some of their pork sausage the other day. Ooh. Sweet. And the band played on. Lake Mills leading Racine St. Catherine's 34-28. Great to have you on board, everybody. Along with Scott Anderson, I'm Jay Wilson. Well, the big question we asked at the start of the game, how would Lake Mills handle Lamont Hamilton, averaging 25 a game? He got a few points, but you know, they held him in check for the most part.
Yeah, really, he's got 9, and a couple of those baskets were on breakaway layups caused by turnovers. So when they're in the half court, they've really done a good job of shrinking his gaps and not giving him ability to get in a lane where he can really be dangerous. I think the other key thing Lake Mills has done is they've really handled their pressure on the offensive end of the floor. And I knew they would, because they're such a good passing team. They do such a great job with their spacing and their cutting. So they've kept the pace. I think they've, for the most part, put their will on this game so far. Well, now they got to do it for another half.
Should be an entertaining second half. Now let's go upstairs to Bob Brainerd.
Thank you, guys. With me is Jake Beshta. He is a WIAA Associate Director. A lot on Jake's plate this time of year, including the prestigious WIAA Scholar Athlete Program. Tell us about it, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. So the program began in 1984, and 16 male and 16 female seniors are recognized statewide with this recognition. And since 1984, over 1,200 recipients have been celebrated. And what this is truly a celebration of education-based athletics. So it's those that are excelling not only in the field of competition, but also in the classroom.
So the deadline for the applications, that expired last weekend. But how do you go about picking these prestigious athletes year in and year out?
So athletic directors locally begin the process through the application. It can be local or for statewide recognition. If it's statewide recognition, we have a committee that consists of members from DPI as well as AWSA, the Association of Wisconsin School Administrators. That committee then goes through a selection process where we identify those 16 senior females and 16 senior males.
And then the recognition, what do these outstanding student athletes receive for being recognized?
Yeah, so they attend a ceremony that's May 3rd at Century World in Stevens Point. And we have promotional materials and videos that celebrate them throughout the year. And then the We Energies Foundation and the Wisconsin Public Service Foundation also provides each one of them a $1,000 scholarship.
Nice. And Laken James, I understand, is going to be the keynote speaker at the ceremony you mentioned. Tell us more about him.
Yeah, thrilled to have Laken. She is a 3-sport athlete that graduated from Ocano High School, a distinguished 3-sport athlete. Played collegiately at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. Went on to play multiple years professionally in Europe, including the top German Women's League, as well as in Euro Cup competition. But her greatest work is really happening now. She's the CEO of 5 Star Academy, and what this academy leads is developing leadership amongst high school and youth athletes. So she continues to give back not only to the game of basketball, but education-based athletics in general. I'm thrilled to have her, and her message will be excellent, I'm sure.
And quickly, Jay, give us some warm thoughts. What's ahead in the spring?
Yes, a lot. So it is the 50th anniversary of the girls softball state tournament, June 10th through the 13th. And then it is the 100-year anniversary of the boys golf tournament, June 8th and 9th. That is at University Ridge, and then the girls softball tournament is at Goodman Diamond here in Madison.
You came through. Warm thoughts indeed. Warm thoughts for all of us. Let's send it back down to the guys courtside for the second half of this Division III semi.
All right, thanks very much. Lake Mills again, 34-28 after one. But the big thing, the big question, Brady Benish.
Boy, let's hope that young man comes walking out of the tunnel here to start the second half. Because if he doesn't, that really changes the outlook of this second half. He's been on he's on a heater right now, and just let's pray for the best for him.
Yeah, you bet. All right, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Okay, Lamont Hamilton, good player. E.J. Vincent was very aggressive.
Vincent came to play tonight. He hit that free. He also, what he does best, using that strong body and athleticism, getting to the rim and finishing. So you see a couple of bumps. I think he finishes through contact because he's so strong.
Tyler Woline going to be in the middle of everything for Lake Mills. Gets a basket there, and boy, he can pass it too.
He usually is in the middle of everything, and that look ahead, I think he had 2 of them. There's the second one. Beautiful passes. We got a guy in point. Goes by Danny Dimes. He's one of the best passers I've ever witnessed, and Woline is in that type of category.
Again, Benish hit 5 threes, but then at the end of the half suffered an injury, and we'll keep an eye out to see if he can return for the second half. All right, first half statistics. Lake Mills shooting it at over 50% from the field, but under 40% from the free throw line. Look at second chance points. Lake Mills leading 7-0.
Yeah, they each have 3 offensive rebounds, but Lake Mills has paid them off. So that's huge. I mean, in a close game like this, those kind of points, those extra points that you can earn in the lane off offensive rebounding are really big.
Leading scorers in the first half. E.J. Vincent with 12 for Racine St. Catharines. Brady Benish with 17, and guess what? We see number 23 warming up and looking pretty good here. So hopefully we'll see him ready to go.
That's excellent. Hopefully their trainer maybe taped him up, or you thought maybe it was the knee. I couldn't tell, but it's good to have him back out on the floor.
Sure is. That was the Jones Dairy Farm halftime report. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Envision more than 2.4 million acres of forest across Wisconsin, all cared for and managed. Now you can help conserve Wisconsin's forests with every mile you drive. For just a $25 annual donation, you can show your support for sustainable forest management and education across the state. Search for the Wisconsin County Forest Association specialty plate on the Wisconsin DOT website. Print and mail in the form to update your license plate. Drive with pride and invest in our forests. Get your license plate today.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is proud to introduce you to Megan Hockemer, a volleyball and softball student athlete from Balders High School. Megan is part of the 7th generation on her family's farm, Hockemer Dairy, where they milk 260 cows, half Holstein and half Jersey, along with several other breeds. She helps with herd health, reproduction, and enjoys caring for calves. Megan also owns and registers her own Ayrshire cattle. This Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Freshen up your home with help from our wall coverings department.
Wisconsin dropped the ball, man. It's a lot of, there's too many guys on their team that be laughing and smiling. Too much for me during the game, bro. I seen them do that in the conference tournament, and I seen them do it today. It's kind of like, bro, ain't nothing funny, bro. Like, y'all going back and forth with a team that got a higher, a lower seed than y'all, bro. Y'all playing around. And when they lost, now everybody got the sick face. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, stop playing. Devron Bostic, my boy, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Canetta, what's going on? Hope y'all doing well.
They're very competitive kids. They play that style of basketball to begin with, where they're kind of, they have spurts, and it usually will start with their defense. So I would imagine they're going to come out here and be very aggressive, maybe some of that trapping.
Both teams average over 73 points a game on the season. Here's Christian. Caught up in double team, kicks it out to Kolkovic. 3, a little long.
Boy, they got a good look. Just overcooked it a little bit.
Now the Angels with their first look of the second half offensively.
Yeah, they're going to have to find somebody to help. Jaden's got 9 and Vincent's got 12, but they're going to need a little bit more scoring from somebody. Or, the other thing is does Hamilton just take over at some point?
Ward kicks back for Ozier. He got caught up in the lane. And back out it goes. There's Hamilton. Double team. Now Christian has it. Watch out for that step back 3. Kick to the corner. Watson 3. Nope. Woline saves it back in to Benish.
Another great rebound by the L-Cats. They've done a good job of one and done for St. Cats. I think we got a 10-second call. That pressure can do that sometimes, and the L-Cats' primary ball handler is Woleen. I think their secondary ball handler would be Benish. He got caught with it there and just wasn't able to get it to the half court.
Well, you've seen St. Catharines has had such great history. Remember Jim Jones?
One of the all-time greats in our state. Jim
McIlvain went there. And former Badger Kamari McGee is a Racine St. Catharines grad. Three-pointer! Antoine Ozier.
It's a big shot for him and for the team.
And right back. Oh, look out. That's Ashton Winger hitting the basket support hard on the drive.
Well, he's such a tough kid. He's going to just brush that off. I know that, but that's how hard he plays. How hard he plays. Just attacking the rim. Took the bump, and luckily they pad that thing. Back in our day, I don't think Freddie Hillman, he'd run into the wall at a little tight gym down in the southeastern part of the state, southwestern part of the state.
And Watson fouled him. You saw he went right to help Winger up after that hard.
Yeah, there was nothing malicious there. He was challenging the shot. He was playing hard.
Ever play in those gyms that were so small where you had to wide out your feet to inbound it?
Exactly.
And the circle would intersect the center jump circle?
Yeah.
Those are tough plays.
Those the old Hoosiers gyms.
Do you watch Hoosiers?
Oh, too many times.
I saw the end of it. Oh, it's fantastic. They won.
They did. They got it done. Jimmy Chitwood.
I'll make it. I'll make it.
Do not make him be the decoy.
That should be required viewing for everybody every March. Yeah. There's Winger. Strong move. Lost it though.
Good hand by Ward, and there they are on the floor.
Oh, and that's going to be a foul, I think, on Ward.
Yeah, interesting. Coach Thompson didn't quite like that one. What he did like is I think he had a couple guys on the floor. He said they don't, when we talked this week, he said they don't have to work on that stuff. He said they take care of all that in football.
Great inbound feed to Kolkovich.
Yeah, I think they showed off that ball screen. There's so much attention to the shooter that he slipped it for a layup. Great execution on the end out of bounds play.
Ward. Here's Hamilton. Christian guarding him.
They've got him bottled up. You can tell he kind of wants to go, wants to do it, but where do I go? There's a body to his left, there's a body to his right.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
And he does that.
There were three L-Cats around him, and he banked it in, and he'll try for three. Wow.
The hoop and the harm. Look at this kid. I mean, he's just so dynamic. His shot creation. He put 52 on Nicolay about a month and a half ago, and that's almost required watching if you love watching a guy just go off on a given game.
Yeah, he needed like 5 to become the all-time leading scorer in Racine County. He got 52.
He got 52.
Yeah. So he made it.
There they are again. 3 kids on the floor scrapping. Looks like we got a tie-up. They play so hard and with so much passion, as do the L-Cats.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. The kids lay it all out on the line.
Mop up the floor as we had all sorts of bodies in that lane. You're seeing St. Catharines with the possession arrow.
Big possession for them to try to get back within. If they hit a 3, they could be back with a 2 or a 3. They could be back to 1 possession. I think they'll go to Lamont and see what he can. But he's doubled again.
Ooh,
so
he's gonna pick
yeah. Coaches said they've seen every coverage imaginable with him all year, so they're ready for that stuff. Lake Mills doing a good job with it.
Ward missed. Ozier rebounds and puts it back in.
And he cleaned it. Ozier cleaned it up. Coach Thompson talks about that too as well, that's his deal. He's offensive glass, defensive player. That was a big-time shot for them.
Yeah. We'll see Cambridge in the Division IV semifinals, and boy, there are connections between Lake Mills and Cambridge. Cambridge head coach Alex Ranney was the senior leader on the Lake Mills 2017 state tournament team. He played at UVA Platteville, assisted Hicklin at Lake Mills before taking the head coaching job at Cambridge. Brady Wagner, a Cambridge assistant, who was the second leading scorer on that 17 team. The JV coach Charlie Bender led 2021 Lake Mills team back to state with a buzzer beater against Monroe. also played at UW-Platteville. All three of those guys were 1,000-point scorers at Cambridge.
Steve talked about that earlier this week, how proud he and their program are of those guys making a run to state on the same year here that they're here. So they've got a family atmosphere in that town and that community, and it's really cool to see those guys achieving as coaches now.
Watson's going to be called for the foul, and the bumper is it. Nope, it'll be Ozier. Third foul on Antoine Ozier. So that's that developing story. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Oh, hi. I'm just returning a call about my insurance policy.
Great.
Thank you for joining this live 27 newscast. We've got you covered.
Be sure to download the WIAA Sports Live app to your television or mobile device. The app is free and delivers the WIAA championship for 10 sports throughout the school year. It's free to download and watch the games. WIAA Sports Live app, sponsored by the Universities of Wisconsin. We got to say hi to some people. Your dad Tim's watching, right?
Oh, he's watching. He hasn't missed a state tournament in years.
And you have a grandchild?
I do. Cash is out there watching his first state tournament, so thanks for bringing that up.
Oh, well, we had to get out of the way because we're going to have a heck of a finish. There you see the turnover story and the points off turnovers in favor of the Angels.
Yeah, they've created a little chaos out of their press and got somewhere else. Lake Mills overall have done a pretty good job of that, though.
Watson, corner three, got it!
So they stayed a little bit too long with Hamilton, and Watson ran out of that screen, and Hamilton found him, and he knocked it down big time. We got a tie ball game.
Little winger right by that timeline. Now he'll dribble out of trouble for the moment, but bothered there by Hamilton. It'll stay with Lake Mills. Big corner three by Richard Watson here.
Great basketball. Lamont made the right play. The double team was there. Watson stepped up and hit a big shot.
Both teams have taken 15 threes in the game. Lake Mills with one more than Racine St. Catharines. 6 makes to 5. That's a driving foul. It'll go on Lamont Hamilton. Second personal.
Wolean's passing ability and Christian's cutting ability on full display there. Beautiful basketball. Team's going to overplay you and pressure up into you. You got to be able to back cut, basket cut. He just did. He gets himself to the free throw line right when they needed to kind of stop the bleeding.
This is Colin Christian, a reserve guard as a freshman and a sophomore, but he's grabbed the opportunity to start this year. Wide receiver on the football team, had 34 catches for 702 yards and 6 touchdowns last season.
So you telling me him and Woleen have a little connection,
I'd say.
as you just saw in that little slant route into the lane.
And it translates, doesn't it?
It does translate.
39-38 Lake Mills. Vincent looking for his first points of the second half. He'll go to the line.
He's always looking for a crack, and if he gets his sliver, he's going at the rim. Strong kid, competitive kid. Great play.
So here's E.J. Vincent. Eddie Vincent, quarterback in the football team, as we mentioned, all conference, all region.
Coach told me he had 38 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions, so he knows how to take care of the ball, too.
St. Catherine's all-time passing touchdowns leader. He'll play in the WFCA Football All-Star Game in July in Oshkosh. E.J. Vincent.
It's really something. 6 of these 8 kids, you don't see that all the time in schools anymore. They're playing multiple sports like that. I think it's so awesome. That's what high school sports is all about. If you're good enough to play these different things, you should be out there competing.
And Ryan Thompson, that guy on our conference call, said, multi-sport players, we love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Great to hear. Tie game, 8-1 run for the Angels. It hasn't really felt like a run. It's just been more of a drip, 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 it seems.
Yeah. No, they've slowly crawled their way back in.
Wally needed help, and it's intercepted by Jaden Phillips.
Yeah, he got stuck down there with nowhere to go.
Hamilton's strong move to give St. Catherine's the lead.
Hamilton to the basket. He is so good.
Look at that. Their first lead since 15-14.
The defense led to the offense again, and that, you know, that's what you don't want. Little sliver, and he gets there and he finishes. He is so talented. And interesting time for a timeout to take a 2-point lead and kind of have some momentum going. Coach must have something he really wants to talk to them about here. I don't know if they'll go to something defensively, or it'd be interesting to see what Lake Mills can do coming out of the timeout. They need to. It's not easy to get Brady free because he takes so much defensive attention, but they kind of need to get him a shot here. We're 5-6 minutes into the second half, and I don't think he's gotten a look.
No.
So he needs a look. Whatever Steve's best play to shake him free, I think they need to run it.
Yeah, Brady Benish, 17 points first half. Not a shot attempt in the second. Oh, Christian fell down, and the Angels take advantage. That's going to be a blocking foul on Nolan Kolkovich near midcourt.
Yeah, that was probably a good foul. St. Cat's had numbers that probably would have ended up in some kind of finish. So good take foul by Kolkovich.
13-5, Racine St. Catharines in the second half. Inbound, Jaden Phillips, 3, no.
Good look for Jaden, and he can hit that shot. Very good execution.
And nearly another steal, that's a travel. Wallin got caught up in a double team, and he traveled.
Well, Jay, I think about 5 minutes ago you brought up the spurt or the run that the St. Cat's Angels might get on. I think we're seeing it, and it's coming out of their defense. They're really pressuring.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it's causing some turnovers for Lake Mills.
Hamilton driving, floating, foul.
And got himself fouled.
He'll shoot 2.
I kind of like, St. Cat's likes to run ball screen action for him. But I tell you, with his creative ability and his ball handling, sometimes I just think you want to give that kid some space. And he had the whole left side there, and he was able to rip and get to the rim and draw the foul. He's really good at drawing fouls. Sometimes the only way to stop him.
Here's Lamont Hamilton, makes the first. Ryan Thompson, the head coach of the Angels, says he's the hardest worker in the gym. Lamont Hamilton, first to arrive, first to leave, and I'm sure you've
last
had
to leave.
Last to leave, excuse me.
That's what he shared with me as well.
Yeah, and those are the kind of leaders that you love to have.
Yeah, he said he sets the tone in every drill, at every practice. I mean, it sounds like just an outstanding kid. Coach said he's a privilege to coach.
Kolkovich kicks back to Christian. Winger fouled to the hoop in the lane. It's going to be on AC Ward.
Yeah, AC got a little handsy there. He didn't quite move his feet well enough and had to grab him. You usually put 2 hands on, they're going to call it. See if they can get Benish free here. They run some good stuff out of bounds.
Benish, 3, rims out.
Tough shot going into that deep corner, but he had a good look at it, just a little long. Not easy when you haven't shot one, for about a half hour probably, with halftime and everything, but beautiful shot, beautiful rotation, just didn't go.
And he's really showing no effects of that injury.
No, I think he's moving pretty well.
Here's Ward. There's a lot to handle down there.
And he can wheel and deal in the lane. Beautiful footwork and finish off the glass.
AC Ward puts Racine St. Catharines up 5. Big turnaround in the second half here. Winger driving foul.
Boy, Winger.
Place down again.
He plays with reckless abandon, and he attacked the rim beautifully there. Now what Ashton needs to do is he needs to step up and be confident at that free throw line, because when you attack like that, you're going to get fouled. You got to pay it off when you get to the line. I hope for this young man, because he seems like a great young man, I hope he can find his stroke here.
He's only 2 of 6 from the line so far today. 2 of 7. Ashton Winger, honorable mention all conference, moved to Lake Mills before his junior season. Came off the bench as a junior, learned the system, was ready to take a big role this season, and he's done a great job at that.
He certainly has. And boy, on that free throw, that looked really nice. I mean, he had great lift and great rotation, and swished it. Maybe that'll help him as we move forward here, if he gets back to the free throw line.
Lake Mills back to within 4.
St. Cat's now looking like they're okay with taking a little time and finding what they want.
Hamilton through a double team. Quiet start for Hamilton, but now he's up to 14 points in the game.
Yeah, you're never going to stop that kid, but you hope to make him work for what he gets and maybe hope to just kind of contain him. And I think for the most part they have.
Wallin wanted to steal in a breakaway, but came up a little short. There's Hamilton working against Christian, and that's going to be a foul on Colin Christian.
Yeah, Christian got a little bit, as it happened on the other end, he got a little handsy. And that can happen with a kid that attacks the rim like that, much like himself when he's attacking on the offensive end.
When a coach says, hey, you're guarding Hamilton. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, right.
You're in for a day.
Yeah, you're in for a long day, no question. But they're really doing a good job of loading up against him. You can see it here. Both gaps are covered. That's why at some point they try to give him a little space and see if he can make a play with that space rather than with that ball screen.
Phillips missed, long rebound to Christian.
Phillips got a good look there. He just needs to see one go.
Christian, hesitation move, got deep for the foul. Going on Phillips.
So on this end, I mean, you see the L-Cats really space well. They're almost to college NBA spacing. And that gives you some gaps to get into, and that's what Christian and Winger are both so good at, getting in those gaps and getting to the rim.
Christian's had a productive day.
He's a stat sheet stuffer as well. These kids are all so complete. You know, they don't just do one thing, they do it all and at a high level.
17 fouls down Racine St. Catherine, so bonus opportunities the rest of the half for Lake Mills, but Christian missed that second free throw. 44-41.
Yeah, that'll be important. 10 minutes in the bonus. The L-Cats are going to have to be careful with that.
Jaden Phillips for three.
That coach, I alluded to that earlier. That's what coach said about that kid, that he can be a dynamic scorer and a good shooter. That big basket for him and for his team, knocking down that deep three.
Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
You know, we've been making mealtime better since 1889, but our all-natural roll recipe has been around since 1830. That's almost a 200-year-old recipe that's as simple today as it was then. No binders or fillers, just pork, salt, and a savory blend of spices that we make ourselves. In fact, it's those spices that make our sausage so special. For an unmatched, incredible flavor.
Thank you for joining this live 27 newscast. We've got you covered.
Imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
If you left at halftime and you're just rejoining us, boy, the story has changed. Racine St. Catherine's has come on strong. Look at that. They are 7 of 12 field goals in the second half. They've outscored Lake Mills 19-7.
Yeah, the game changes when the ball starts going in the hoop. As a coach and as a player, I've always thought, things look better when that thing starts going in. They're seeing that right now.
They are pressuring in the backcourt. Christian almost lost it.
They're so quick and competitive. It's like there's 6, 7 of them Angels out there right now.
Phillips steals, he got it to go, and no foul, no foul.
What a beautiful finish. Body control and athleticism and keeping his target. And to finish that with a soft kiss off the glass.
All of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead for Racine St. Catherine. Another steal. This is Hamilton against Benish. Hamilton scores.
Steve might need a timeout. We'll see if his kids can regroup. But the Angels are on a big-time run right now, generated out of their defense.
23-7 in the second half.
Yeah. L-Cats need to run something, get something really good here. Stay spread, pass and cut, or that man.
Brady Benish 3 misses. Ward rebound.
One and done, too. Winger and Christian might need to get on the glass to get them something easy. They just need a basket right now.
And you don't have to get it back all at once, do you?
No, there's still a lot of time left. So you got to keep their composure and know that they've got a spurt in them, too.
Boy, look at that pressure from Hamilton.
Look at the hands, the quick hands. Those low, quick hands when Brady was trying to sweep it through and he just took it from him.
Second half turnovers, Lake Mills 7.
Yeah, that really changed the complexity of this game right now is the turnovers and the live ball turnovers that have turned into offense. The L-Cats they have to shore that up or, the 10-point lead is going to be tough to deal with.
We're under 9 minutes in the half, and Lake Mills has taken only 5 field goal attempts the whole half.
Yeah, they're just not getting shots right now. When you're turning the ball over that many times, it's tough to get shots.
Hamilton
now
got Christian going.
You got to put him on skates, and he can do that.
Yep. Kolkovic helps. That leaves Watson open for a second.
Yeah, with his ball handling and really all the Angels ball handling and passing, they can do this and take time.
Ward muscles his way in, but can't make it.
He didn't pay it off.
Benish 3. Got it.
Big time shot for Benish and for Lake Mills.
20 points for Brady Benish.
I like how they used, kind of that missed layup and got out. And sometimes the best thing you can get is that stuff on the break, on conversion.
Aggressive move by Hamilton. Drew the foul. There's another look at that 3 from Brady Benish.
Tyler making the right play, finding his partner in crime. Well, wide open stroke.
That's no gimme from there. That's
that was almost from the Culver sign. That logo shot's not bad.
Not bad. All right.
And Lamont again on his attacking the rim and getting fouled. It's not unusual for him to see double-digit free throws, and he's trending that way right now.
Hamilton, 73% free throw shooter on the year. He's starting to close in on his 25-point per game average. Missed 2.
Short on both of them.
Door opens a bit for Lake Mills here. Look at the drive. Lost it. Kolkovic.
Yeah, not always his game. I love his aggressiveness, though, and going to the rim. I wish he had a jump stop and went off of 2 feet and finished strong there. But I like his aggressive, the idea of getting to the basket and making something happen. Angels trying to stretch them out again. They're playing with their guard-heavy offense. I think they can take some time and try to spread the floor.
Got a 7-point lead and the ball, do the Angels.
I think it's probably a little bit early to really go in the deep freeze here, but I think they'll still end up just being choosy and getting what they want.
The 7:15 left. Strong drive. Watson drew the foul.
Yeah, those are such tough calls. And such tough calls that they're bang bang. I'm sure the Lake Mills doesn't want to hear this, but I don't think he was quite set. He was kind of took it on the side. Is that his 3rd foul?
It is.
Yeah, that can become a story right now if he gets to that 4th foul, because they absolutely need him on the floor.
You've seen St. Catharines struggling from the free throw line. They're now 3 of 9 in the game.
And interesting enough, the last 3 or 4 of them all hit the front. They've been short. Now, what he got there?
Lead back up to 8.
See how they deal with this full court pressure again. The run, jump, double. A little bit better, keeping it spaced and stretched.
Christian driving. Got it.
There's that 2-foot jump stop, finished with power. Great play by Christian. So good at that.
Got a big night of Division IV semifinals coming up, starting just after 6:30 on our statewide network. The number 1 seed, Bondwell Bears, as you look at that last bucket, strong move by Colin Christian.
Yeah, we've been talking, that's his game. Right? He's an athletic kid. He's able to sweep drive and get by people, and then he's strong enough to finish when there's some congestion in a lane, and he finished off a 2.
Again, just after 6:30 tonight, Division 4 semis, number 1 seed Bondwell Bears against the number 4 seed Cambridge Blue Jays. And then after that, the Regis Ramblers, the number 3 seed against the Milwaukee Juno Pioneers.
Going to be a couple of great games tonight as well. This time of year is just kind of, I don't know, some people describe it as Christmas in March, right? You got the NCAA tournament going on, you got the Wisconsin State tournament. For basketball people, how can it get any better? Other than Bucky dropping one today.
Oh, man, going even.
Nah, I wasn't supposed to talk about it, was I? Great cut by Jade in the middle.
Gooder, what's going on? Lake Mills in danger.
The Elcats came out with a little pressure of their own.
Boy, a critical stage in this game. Lake Mills trying to cut into a 6-point deficit. Another move to the hoop is going to draw a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, coming out and pressuring him out at the W might not always be the greatest idea because he's going by people. Just so hard to keep him in front.
It's another foul on Colin Christian.
Look what happened when St. Catherine started attacking him.
He's got 2 or he's got 3 now.
Foul balls to the free throw line. They just got to make
another
their
free throw miss from Hamilton.
They missed quite a few.
Yeah, for as good a stroke as he has.
But yeah, once they
it looks really good
start picking up, pressuring them, and taking care of the ball and being aggressive,
4
hey,
of 11
that's what happens.
from the free throw line for Racine St. Catherine's. Button got the other. Timeout. 6:39 left. Racine St. Catherine's leading. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Envision more than 2.4 million acres of forest across Wisconsin, all cared for and managed. Now you can help conserve Wisconsin's forests with every mile you drive. For just a $25 annual donation, you can show your support for sustainable forest management and education across the state. Search for the Wisconsin County Forest Association specialty plate on the Wisconsin DOT website. Print and mail in the form to update your license plate. Drive with pride and invest in our forests. Get your license plate today.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Racine St. Catherine's 53, Lake Mills 46 as we're getting well into the second half here. Boy, both teams are in the bonus, and boy, you get to a state tournament, you hit your free throws, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Both teams are struggling doing that right now.
Yeah, St. Cat's 5 of 12 and Lake Mills 7 of 14. They call them free, but especially at this level, I don't know.
Oh, look at Wallene. What a play. Oh, what a rimmed out.
Didn't quite finish it.
Tough luck.
What a beautiful spin.
And then Benish didn't quite get there, and that's another foul on Brady Benish.
Sending Jaden Phillips to the line. Back to that point on the free throws, though. These are 16, 17, 18-year-old young men playing on the Cole Center floor with no background in front of thousands of people. They're on a TV audience, so they probably aren't as free as we think they are sitting over here. But Jaden will get 2 here, I believe. I think they're in the double bonus.
Double bonus, and there's a big free throw make for Jaden Phillips.
He's got a really nice stroke.
58% free throw on the year, but yeah, that looks pretty solid there.
And a good three-point shooter. Coach said he can be a little hot and cold. When he gets it going, that he changes them.
Rolls in.
Yeah, 2 big free throws.
55-46. Kokovic.
Good finish. Nice usage of the glass to pay that off. Angel's going to be deliberate again and try to give him some space.
Hamilton lobs it inside. Oh, and the overlay on the Lockridge layup. And That's going to be on AC Ward. His fourth personal. Here's the last basket. Volkovic.
Yeah, nice finish. That was a big play. Kind of want to keep them, Lake Mill's going to want to keep them around and not see this thing go to double figures. That was a big basket. And a big foul here.
Yeah, again, 4 fouls on AC Ward.
4 on him, and then they get to go to the free throw line. So once again, it's Winger here.
It's a 1-and-1. Made the first.
He stepped up with great confidence there. I love
Janias Lockridge back in for St. Catharines.
Yeah, he nice, beautiful stroke from Winger there. He shot that with confidence. And again.
Boy, I love hearing that net when the ball goes through.
Isn't
so
it?
clean. Rozier waits for help.
Watson says, let's slow this thing down and get what we want here. To me, it might be Lamont in some space. And we'll see what happens. He hasn't touched it for a while.
Oh, he hasn't.
Looks like they're going to try to bleed a little clock. Oh, in a great cut.
Now he's touched it.
Time.
Oh, he overlaid. Yeah. Oh, look at the hustle to save it from Lockridge. And it'll stay with Racine St. Catharines.
Boy, that was beautiful offense by Racine St. Cats. They played a little 3-man game on that side, and all of a sudden he snuck into the lane and was open. You don't see him miss that one very often.
No.
They got him in a double again. Able to escape and reset things.
Now Kolkovich will switch off from Christian to guard Hamilton.
I don't think they want Christian or Tyler Wolleen to get their fourth, so they got to have Kolkovich take a shot at the spin cycle.
Spin move from Ozier.
Well, he's really had a nice game. Quietly had a nice game. Good player.
He's got 12.
Good defender. He's done some great finishing.
Wolleen to the hoop, draws a 2-shot foul.
And there you got a little tic-tac foul there. That's his fourth.
That's the fourth on Ozier. That's the offensive end.
Boy, that was a big-time play and finish. And he came back and kind of got that little tic-tac foul, reaching in.
Tyler Wolleen, 70% free throws, shooter short. Mason Rosales Gray in for Lake Mills, wearing number 5.
Yeah, I think they want to probably just get him in to play a little defense now that they're heading to the defense end of the floor. Steve might start playing a little offense defense. 2 big misses by Tyler, not typical, but again, that stuff can happen at this juncture. A high pressure game.
Phillips. Back for Ward. Phillips got it back. Now Ward to the block. He'll shoot it. He'll make it.
I think they like that matchup with the switch. They got Benish, who's not really a low post defensive player, on Ward. And Ward's really good on the low block. Made a nice play. Good footwork and pivoting.
This is a senior-laden Racine St. Catharines team. 8 seniors on the roster.
4 of them have been here for 4 years. You had 4 of them up as freshmen. So yeah, they have been through the wars.
Steal.
There's those quick hands again.
Phillips on the break. Foul there. No. Ward missed it.
Back-to-back missed layups. See if that comes back to haunt them.
Mills is hanging on the windowsill right now. There's another turnover. Ahead for Watson. He'll lay it home.
Hamilton's hands are unbelievable. What's the over-under on interceptions for the Gophers?
Oh, boy.
Boy, has he got ball skills.
Okay, and another turnover. Wolleen lost it, and that's going to be a foul on Benish. So that's going to be his 4th.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, that's... And they're not deep to begin with.
Well,
so they just can't afford to lose him or Wolleen or Christian.
And look at the minutes played. Wolleen's played 32 minutes. Christian's played 32. Winger's played 32. Benish has played 32.
Yeah,
that's a lot of logs.
Their big 4, he said, don't come out much, especially at the state tournament. You know, coaches, I've had multiple coaches talk about how you get these TV timeouts that you're not used to, so they use those to catch a break rather than sub guys out, especially if you just can't afford to take them out.
Kari, yes sir, yeah. He's stripping them bad boys on with Kari. Not playing.
Really nice stroke by
Give me that.
And
he's a good player.
45% free throws, but boy, I'll tell you what, he has been.
And what's so crazy though, Kari, is Racine Case make more majority of their free throws.
You look at the season percentages, but then there are guys who in the fourth quarter at the state tournament are a whole lot more than that.
Yep.
Some guys can do it.
Hey, are you a game time player, or are you kind of a player? Wow.
Brady Benish for three.
Boy, talk about shot creation and step back three when your team really, really needed it. That was Benish right there.
Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Oh man, that's good sportsmanship. I don't know what happened, but that's good sportsmanship. I like to see that. Shout out to both of them young men.
Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is proud to introduce you to Samuel Peterson, a senior at Lena High School and this month's Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month. Samuel is a three-sport athlete competing in football, wrestling, and baseball. You'll find him hard at work on his family's dairy farm, Peterson's Dairy. Samuel plays an active role in the family's daily operations. He's also involved in 4-H, National Honor Society, and Electrothon. This Wisconsin Dairy Student Athlete of the Month feature is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me, and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just was hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
It's starting to get late. There you see the foul trouble. Couple of Angels with 4. Brady Benish with 4 for the L-Cats.
Yeah, they got to be able to play good defense without fouling here, and I like their pressure, but Phillips handled it.
Great feed.
Found Lockridge for a layup. I mean, they've only turned the ball over 4 times tonight with their 4-guard offense. I mean, that's just spectacular. At this level of play, to have that kind of passing and that kind of ball security.
Watch this feed.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful basketball.
Definitely be out of hand. Oh, Kari.
Okay. Here's
they did miss some bunnies, you're right, bro.
Makes the first.
But I like that.
Yeah, they need to hit these to stick around.
The team defense, man. Hand straight up.
I think we did the
getting steals, getting stops, putting pressure on the defense. I like that, bro. I like what I'm seeing from Racine St. Cats, bro.
So now they're going to want us to talk about it.
If any of y'all are Racine St. Catherine's alumni, y'all should be proud right now. The job's not done. Definitely should be proud.
Well, he's
my second time watching these young men, and they ball.
If they're in fact doing that, I don't.
Be Wilder, yeah, no problem, bro. I appreciate you for tuning in to the live, bro. And make sure you stay tuned later, because Juno do play later, all right? 8:15. Make sure y'all come back. Share the live stream. Make y'all posts. You are going to be streaming. So everybody know. Yeah, they are extremely tough. They are. I like that. Dogs, man. All playing football, too, Kari. You know what I'm saying? So the physicality there. The IQ there. The toughness there.
St. Cat's
you know what I'm saying?
Got nobody in the lane. I don't always like to do that because it's for a different look for the free throw shooter, but each coach has their own preference on that. Sometimes they don't want a guy in there to even think about fouling, so they pull him out of there late in the game when you're up.
Boy, every possession is critical for Steve Hicklin's
2-time state champs.
Yeah, they're going to have
St. Cat's alumni. Yeah, you already know I know Devron. Yes, sir, man. My boy Devron Bostic, man. Alumni, man. I know you got to be proud, bro. 2 times. Would this be their third? This be their third, Devron?
is good.
That was a beautiful start to shoot.
Man,
Up in the
on
air
what
and
B
then
mark?
deliver
It just
that
locked in
silky
everywhere,
smooth
bro.
jumper.
Football
And that-
players, bro. Football players,
8 3-point
basketball
makes
players, bro.
for
They
Brady
locked in
Bennett.
on defense,
Wow.
quarter
One
wear
from
just
the
like a
record
mug. Yes.
For Division III.
I love
I'm
it,
sure
bro.
Lake Mills is hoping he's got another 1 or 2 left in him.
Offensive.
foul.
Never mind. Whatever.
Gonna go against Watson.
Great take by Winger. That's some of the stuff.
D. Harris
that
said
he
heavy on the
does.
two-sport athlete,
Moved his
football,
feet, got in
bulls.
position,
That
took it right on the
toughness,
chest.
height can't teach. Yes, sir. Oh, builds.
Great defense.
Smitty
Gives him
TV,
another
appreciate you for
possession.
subscribing, bro.
Just
Appreciate
down
you.
7.
That's love. That's love, baby. Burks, what's going on?
Or they've hounded Wolverine all game.
What's Apple Pay Q? I got you. Burks, I'm going to inbox you on Facebook, bro. I appreciate the donation, bro. I really do.
He's kind of slumped over.
Shoot
at the
me
free throw line
an
right
inbox
now.
real
They've
quick,
really
Burks.
made him work.
I know you're on the
He's gotta catch his
YouTube,
breath here
but
quick.
shoot me an inbox on
Calls
Facebook.
on Richard Watson. That's 5 on Watson.
So they lose Watson.
Man, exactly.
I think
How?
St. Katz is
How is that
better
offensive
is
foul?
a little bit more
What?
built to handle losing a guy. I
This
think
is
if
why
the
you have
Bills
to
were
blow
lose
teams
one of
out,
these
man.
guys, it would be a major problem,
Right?
but
Like
not
I
to say
said,
Watson hasn't
don't
had
let
a
the
heck of a
referees
game,
dictate
but,
nothing.
They've got guys that can play
That's
here
the
to
second
finish this
charge
thing out.
call that I seen today, and I'm kind of like, what?
I think
Like,
they really
ain't no
wore
way.
him down. I think that's part of the deal.
Riley, what's going on? Lake Mills on
Think
top
about it.
of.
He's got to handle the ball about 85-90% of the time and bring that thing up against constant pressure.
Here come the Phantom
He
Five,
missed
man.
them both.
All
He's asked
y'all
to
got to
lot,
do,
but I
Bossy,
guess
is
with
make y'all
broad
free
shoulders
throws,
comes
and
a
y'all
lot
in
of
good shape.
expectation.
Y'all taking care of the ball.
Tyler wants that expectation.
Y'all reversing
He's
the
a heck of a
ball.
player.
The spacing is good. Y'all just got to make y'all free throws.
They're going to keep it spread now with these and make them come get them.
Lockridge will shoot free throws.
And he gets 2, of course.
Yes, sir, my boy Smitty. Yes, sir.
Just so impressive.
Man,
there.
come on, Bossy. Get into reffing, bro. It's so fun, bro. Still around the game. You still teaching.
They work at football all year
Shout out to
long,
Crystal
and
Ellis.
have
That's
football
sis.
season in the fall.
She got me back.
It
We
takes
went
them a
into
little bit to
refereeing
get their
together when I
basketball
lived in
stuff
Milwaukee.
going. To see them
And I
play
had
at
took a
this
break,
level,
moved
this
to
kind of
AZ.
ball security, 5
Me and
turnovers.
her had a conversation. She like, bro, you need to get your butt back into ref. And I've been back in ever since, bro. So shout out to my sis, Crystal Ellis, man. She got me back into fit shape. But that'll be good, though, Bossy, man. You got the height, you got the posture, you know the game. It's fun, bro. I'm telling you.
22 over Baldwin Woodville, and they're
Yeah, they
perhaps
missed
a
too many
minute
free
46
throws.
away from a berth in the state basketball final.
Man, tell him D. Harris is fun, man.
The lead is 8. They get 9.
Whatever their best action is to get Benish a shot, they got to go to here.
In for Winger. Lays it home.
I don't mind that though either, because there's still time. They can get down, get to the rim. They don't have to just start jacking threes. So good finish. Now if they can come up with a
They got the trap. Timeout, Ryan Thompson. A good timeout at that.
a really good timeout.
Probably said 2 is overhyped.
I think he
Man,
didn't like
hey,
picking
man.
up the ball just after
When
half
you've been
court,
upstate before,
caught that
Raleigh, man, it's just
corner
such a
with
great
the
feeling, man,
trap.
playing on that college
So,
floor, bro.
Ryan on top of his
You know,
game right there. He called it right away.
their fans there, your fans
Ryan
there,
Thompson
family
said that
and
his team, if they miss
friends.
a shot, they don't let it bother them.
Just
If they
knowing
make
that
a
you
negative
know on
play, they
TV.
just get back on
Yeah.
defense.
You
Here's
be
that
geek,
last
bro.
basket from Ashton Winger, but they they're a
Yes,
team
sir,
that showed
Slim.
resilience
Appreciate you
here in the
pulling
second
up, bro.
half.
Well, when you
Appreciate
talk
you.
about 4 kids that have been with you for 4 years, I think with Hamilton, Ward, Vincent, and the last one I think was Zier, I believe is the 4th one. And they were on a really good team that freshman year that went 25-2. And then you start talking about the success that they've achieved on the football field. These guys have been through a lot of different battles and a lot of different things, and you can see the composure they play with. So credit to those kids, but credit to Coach Thompson and his coaching staff too. When you see a team play with this kind of composure and poise.
Jeremiah,
reflects
appreciate you
really
pulling
well
up.
on
Let's
the
go,
coaching
Cats.
staff, too.
Okay, that's
There's a
what
quote
Jeremiah
from
said
Ryan
on
Thompson
YouTube. He
about
said,
his
let's go,
team.
Cats.
We've seen
He
St.
repping
Patrick's.
the
Once
Cats,
you get
baby.
tired and you
Thank
have
you
to
for pulling
chase us
up, bro.
around, we're really hard in that situation.
Boy, was that a little
I call it an omen.
Yeah, a little Nostradamus almost. because I think we saw a lot of that tonight.
Yeah.
I thought they really wore them down.
Well, there's a giveaway.
Not sure that's what they wanted out of the timeout. They're really not chasing a ton more points here. They're probably playing more of the clock.
Yeah.
But
and I like the
yeah,
Racine
they also
St.
had a
Cat's
layup
coach,
available
man.
if that pass
Seems like he's just a
connects.
chill dude,
Benish in there for just
letting
a
these
second,
guys
so now
play.
offense
He ain't
for
on the sideline yelling.
Sophomore.
Yeah, doing a little.
Seems like he a
little
chill
offense,
dude. Shout out to
defense
Coach, man.
right now.
And with some guys in foul trouble, maybe he used the guy they wanted to commit a foul too.
Yeah.
Wallin.
Off 2 feet, nice fade. Got it to go. Beautiful shot is right, Jay.
Here comes Lake Mills, down 5.
Yep, plenty of time. 2 possessions.
9-2 over the last 2 minutes for the Hellcats.
Interception and a steal. Benish with a nice deflection.
Wallin with a pass and a foul on Hamilton. Oh, and Winger's down the court again.
Yeah, Winger runs to the front of that.
No, Jeremiah. Juno plays tonight at 8:15. So the original start time is 8, but they saying approximately 8:15.
Finds him.
This is why you never leave until it's over.
March Madness, Jay. Right?
Crazy. Isn't it?
Oh yes, Smitty. I heard that. I heard that he's going D1 for football, playing for Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
gotta love it.
you said D1 and other got history of family overseas in leagues, everything. They really not okay. I'm gonna check him out, Smitty.
Big one there.
Yep, down to 4.
Down to 4.
Phillips will break the pressure.
I imagine they'll give it a little time here and see if they get a turnover.
Phillips. Count it and a foul.
What a beautiful.
Marty Marr, what's going on? Big Daz, what's going on, baby? Appreciate y'all pulling up.
Play by Phillips and AC through the contact, finishing it. The other thing I noticed after that play, I saw Hamilton getting his guys together. Coach talked
She
about
gonna foul. Got to foul.
Hey,
sure he don't go up.
Here. We got to finish this thing.
Get the and one.
But that was a big basket.
Good finish, big dog. And one.
And Kolkovic, 2 more offense, defense.
Here comes AC Ward, double figures.
Alexis, what's going on? Appreciate you pulling up to the live stream. Appreciate you. Make sure you come back later. I will be streaming the Juno game.
2 threes can tie you, but now
Marty
it's,
Marr, man, nothing chilling. Hope all is well your way, bro.
So Ward's above his average of 9.6. Benish 3 missing. Hamilton rebound.
Hamilton got lucky there. He went under that thing, but Benish left it on the front of the rim. And he went and got that rebound. It's looking like St. Cat's might find their way to Saturday.
Now they're seeing St. Catherine's fans are sensitive, but Ryan Thompson knows you play to that final buzzer. There's Lamont Hamilton.
Jordan, what it do? Appreciate you pulling up, man. Yeah, they straight dogs, man. I like it.
Really uncharacteristic of him.
2 of 8.
It seems like his free throws have maybe been.
Hey, me playing
flat.
upstate, man. I know them rims are a little tight, man.
Looked like it had
So that's probably why they missing a lot of free throws, man.
Brady Benish fans.
Rims tight.
Wow, Mr. Both.
Yep. I think that background and back, he really gets to these high school kids too. It's nothing that they've seen before.
Wallin for 3.
Tyler says there's still time left. Walked right into that 3. Didn't seem to matter that he hadn't made a shot in a while or made a free throw. Talk about a gamer. When your team needs something, he walks into that 3 from about 26, 27 feet, just buried it, cold-blooded.
And he's just a junior, folks. Wallin.
Grabbed the rebound, pushed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Contested.
And it was contested. But big-time players make big-time shots at big moments. And he just did it to keep his team in the game.
All right.
And, you wouldn't think you want to foul Hamilton, but right now he's going to probably have the ball in his hands. And he's not been good from the free throw line. Now, I think the way that kid is made up, I bet you he steps the next time I think he steps up and hits them, but we'll find out.
We'll find out soon. Yeah.
And I think real soon.
Seymour awaiting the winner of this game in the Division III final. There you see free throws for the season, and today, well, they'd love to get Phillips, I guess, back on the line. He's made both of them there, but yeah, Hamilton's hard to figure. 73% of the year.
It really is, but you know that's sports, and especially high school sports. You just never know. Yeah. Percentages tell you something, but it doesn't always mean it's going to happen that way.
Okay, Benish and Rosales-Gray back in on the defensive set. They're trying to foul. Huolin nearly stole it.
Really dangerous pass. They got it up ahead to AC.
Ward scores!
Beautiful, beautiful passing.
The lead is 6. Benish with a long 3. Oh, just missed. Put back rebound. No, and that'll do it. Racine St. Catharines into the Division III final.
Heck of a game. Both teams can be proud of what they put on this floor today. No question about it.
Miss Alice, thank you for pulling up. Let's go, Cats. You alumni? You from Racine? Talk to me.
They were just beat by a better team today.
Talk to me. Great win.
And
great win. I like the win. St. Cat's missed a lot of free throws.
Probably a lot
That's
to do
really
with the
only thing I can say
shots, so
that they did tonight. They make their free throws. I don't even think this game is this close. But other than that, I love everything else that I have seen. You know, the energy, playing together, taking care of the ball, being aggressive, picking up full court. Like, I like that. You feel me?
Get an 11% rebate on everything.
Make sure y'all tune in.
Maximize the life of your engine with
Make sure
in advance.
y'all come back. I definitely will be streaming the Juno game, right? So I know everybody, been calling me, text me, inbox me about the Juno game. Yes, I will be live streaming the Juno game. It's at 8:15 tonight. Walking time. Make sure y'all pull up, come back, share the live stream and everything. We gonna get it popping. Yes, sir, Devron. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you tuning in, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you holler at Crystal as far as the officiating, man. Yep, they got to clean it up. Yeah, that's all. They got to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? Little bit of nerves probably. You know what I'm saying? But now they got the nerves out. Next game should look much better. Let's go, Juno. Make sure y'all stay